Take a deep breath, Bolt Nation. There's electricity in the air. A quiet swing at the sportsbooks just pushed our QB into a very big conversation. A beloved veteran sits a handful of catches from something historic, and an unexpected shuffle in the heart of the line could reshape the game plan. There's also a golden chance for a running back to prove he's not just here by accident. What does all of this say about the new regime's mentality, and who actually benefits from these decisions? You won't believe what we've got today. So sit down, drop a like, and let's jump straight into the news. You know when the market starts moving without fanfare. Odds shift, analysts change their tone, and suddenly a conversation that felt distant is knocking on our door. That's exactly what's happening. 3 straight wins, a more mature locker room, and an offense executing with cold-blooded precision. Books are hedging, national shows are making room, and even the skeptics are recalculating. The question few dared to ask is now unavoidable. Is this finally the time Los Angeles jumps into a real MVP race? Stay with me. There's context, there are numbers, and there's direct impact on what we dream about in January. Watch the movement that started quietly and now has center stage. The fact is simple and massive at the same time. The odds moved. Heading into week 4, the boards list Josh Allen at plus 250, Lamar Jackson at plus 300, and Justin Herbert at plus 500, each below plus 1,000, the shelf reserved for true contenders. That's not a spreadsheet footnote, it's a national perception shift. For years, Allen and Jackson have polarized the debate. Think the NFL's version of Jokic versus Embiid. Jackson took home his second MVP in 2023. Allen claimed his the following season by the slimmest margin. And Herbert, he's long been respected on paper, but often overshadowed by the Chiefs' stranglehold on the AFC West, with Patrick Mahomes setting the tempo. This time, the script looks different, with Jim Harbaugh imposing a new culture, Joe Ortiz reinforcing key spots, and a 3-0 start that built a 2-game cushion with tiebreakers in the division. Herbert has stepped fully into the spotlight. The numbers back it up. He leads the league in passing yards with 6 touchdowns, just 1 interception, and a 66.7% completion rate. There's also the historical arc. Back in May, when BetMGM opened lines, he was plus 2,500. The sour taste of that wild card loss to the Texans lingered, and the talent without a stage label felt like it had stuck. Harbaugh and Ortiz stayed the course, tweaked the environment, and finally gave number 10 the stage he deserved. Why now? With the Chiefs retooling, the West no longer feels untouchable. If the pace holds, national chatter will shift from what if to when. Every drive, every throw under heat, every perfectly timed vertical shot becomes a voter's argument. Nothing is won yet. That tension is exactly what keeps everyone locked in. The schedule tightens. Defensive coordinators will throw uncomfortable looks, and the run game has to keep producing to pull eyes off the pass rush. Sunday in New Jersey, 10 a.m. PT against the Giants is another proving ground. Focus, execution, zero concessions to outside noise. If Herbert sustains efficiency and aggression in critical moments, the MVP conversation stops being buzz and becomes the season's soundtrack. And that isn't even the most surprising part of the day, because the next chapter touches the living history of the franchise and could unfold this week. Ever imagine a feel-good reunion turning into real-time history? That's what's happening with Keenan Allen. After a season in Chicago, he came home and, in 3 games, has already totaled 19 catches for 19.4 yards and 3 touchdowns, scoring in each Chargers win. No symbolic cameo, he returned producing. The goosebump detail against the Giants, he could break an NFL record. Allen sits just 7 receptions shy of 1,000 for his career. The fastest player to get there so far is Marvin Harrison in 67 games. Guess how many Allen will have under his belt on Sunday? 58. If he simply repeats a pattern he's already hit twice in 3 games, 7 receptions, he can write his name in the record book. And New York's secondary has been a friendly host. Deebo Samuel caught 7 in week 1, CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson combined for 18 in week 2, and even Tyquan Thornton grabbed 5 last week. The setup is perfect. For Bolt Nation, this isn't just statistics, it's legacy. Keenan Allen is more than a wideout. He's a symbol of loyalty, resilience, and chemistry with Herbert. His return started as an emotional reunion and is turning into tangible proof that this team carries the experience and talent to go far. Every catch now carries historical weight, and doing it on the New York stage would be epic. Fans are already buzzing. Some want the moment immediately. Others are calm knowing he has 9 games to get 7 catches. But let's be honest, is there a better stage than a hostile road crowd to write a definitive line in a legend's biography? And if this chapter is pure emotion and history, the next goes straight for the nerve. Because without stability up front, even records hang in the balance. That's where the tension spikes. You know those stories that hit the tactical heart of a team? That's where we are with Justin Herbert's protection. The offensive line, the bedrock of recent consistency, takes a heavy blow. Guard Mekhi Becton is out for the Giants game, concussion, and center Bradley Bozeman is a true game-time question. That alone would raise alarms, but the storm grows with other names on the final injury report. Darius Davis, Will Dissly, and even Elijah Molden. It's the kind of cluster that can turn a controlled matchup into a survival test. The immediate dominoes are clear. Jamari Sallier should step in as a starter, and Foster Sorrell likely gets elevated from the practice squad as the swing guard. Risky? Sure. But these are the moments where new names earn stripes. The bigger unknown is at center. If Bozeman can't go, Andre James, brought over from the Raiders, likely gets the nod. He didn't win the job in camp, but his resume says he can keep the unit from crumbling. For fans, the tension is real. This isn't just plug and play, it's rewiring chemistry in a spot that lives on split-second coordination. One misstep between guard and center can open a freeway for a blitz, and the Giants have a track record of cranking pressure when they smell blood. Herbert is putting up MVP-level ball, but even the best need a foundation to operate. If protection cracks, the numbers evaporate fast. There's also the big-picture read: depth. Harbaugh has hammered building not just reliable starters, but reserves ready to answer the call. This game is a lab test for that plan. The fan base is caught between worry over who's out and curiosity about whether the backups can keep the standard. If the line wobbles, the playbook can pivot. Quicker concepts, ball out on time, heavy dose of screens and option routes, maybe a stronger run commitment to calm the rush. Sound strategy, but it demands discipline. Sunday will tell us not only about Herbert's resilience, but about the real depth of the roster built for this season. And while we're sweating the protection, the next story brings a jolt of hope, a young back with a window to change the narrative. Sometimes the loudest stories begin in silence. With Najee Harris on injured reserve and the team choosing not to chase a big-name addition, the Chargers are spotlighting a name that felt dormant: Kamani Vidal. Drafted in the 6th round, he became a cult favorite among fans after bulldozing college defenses for 1,600-plus rushing yards at Troy. The jump to the NFL was rough. Pass pro questions, heavy competition, even a summer cut before returning to the practice squad. Now fate offers him another shot. On paper, Vidal sits behind first-round rookie Omarion Hampton and Hassan Haskins, a special teams cornerstone. But depth at running back isn't a luxury, it's survival. When the season tightens, raw talent finds space. If Vidal proves trustworthy in pass protection, he can earn meaningful snaps in tight moments. That's exactly where the fan base splits. Some see a sleeper ready to silence critics. Others worry inexperience will show in one-score games. From a strategy lens, Jim Harbaugh has shown he'll bet on youth when the ceiling is high. And for Herbert, a back who breaks tackles after contact and picks up blitzes is pure gold. With the offensive line banged up, as we just covered, keeping the quarterback clean matters even more. If Vidal delivers there, he becomes valuable currency inside this locker room. So the moment transcends what he does with the ball. It's about mindset, about seizing an opportunity an entire room is watching. Vidal can turn a maybe career arc into a decisive chapter, and the Giants game could be the first step in a story reborn. That's how the week's cycle completes itself. From MVP talk to historic milestones, from protection concerns to future bets, every thread shows how this team lives under constant examination. And the best part, we're just getting started. Take a breath, Bolt Nation. This week showed why belief matters. Herbert is firmly in the MVP conversation. Allen is flirting with a record that cements his legacy, and the offensive line faces a depth test that could define the offense's ceiling. In the backfield, Kamani Vidal gets a platform to prove his value while the committee adjusts. Everything points to a resilient, focused, hungry team. Now it's on us. Full throttle support, accountability in the right measure, and faith in execution. Do you think the historic mark falls on Sunday, and does the protection hold up? Drop your take in the comments, hit like and subscribe.